guys, it's Christoph here from the Card Boys, wanting to show off my Belo deck profile. I was able to go 4-0 yesterday with this at my locals, winning it. And it's just a really fun deck that I've been playing since set 5, but with the addition of a couple new cards this set, it's just made it a lot more competitive for me. And it's probably honestly going to be my main deck this set. For those who don't know, Betty's effect is once per turn, discard 1 revolutionary card from your hand. Up to 3 of your revolutionary cards or trigger cards gain 3,000 power, which essentially means if you have, say, 2 Revo cards on the field with 5k, they instantly go to 8k. Plus, with no Don commitment for the ability, you can pump them up even more. So the whole aim of this deck is to hit your opponent as quickly and as much as possible in early game, and then when they get to the late game, they're going to have no choice but to really defend, because if they don't, they're going to lose the game. But without further ado, we'll just get straight into the deck. So we got 4 of the Searcher, 1-cost Searcher, 4 of the 2k Koala, 4 of the Kuma. So I'll go through these first. So this is Searcher, so look at top 5 cards of your deck, get a Revo card. This one is a 2k with the effect of on play, minus one of your opponent's characters by 3k. And this one is on play, KO one of your opponent's characters is 2k or less. Its trigger effect is if your leader has a dual color, which Betty does, you can play this card for free. So if you wanted to, you could do like a combo with Koala. So you're going to play Koala first, minus something by 3, and then play Kuma to pop something on the field. Something maybe that's a bit problematic for you next turn. But typically though, I'm just going to be keeping Koala in hand, and same with Kuma, just so I can use Betty's effect. But the trigger is just also why it's at 4, because you need as many bodies you possibly can on the field, and the fact that it's free also is really handy. Next up, we have 4 of the Merle, 4 of the Lindenberg, and we have 4 of the Izume. Now, these are my kind of main, besides, I'll go into like my main cards in a second, but these are definitely some of the main cards I want to see mid-ish game. These ones just off the trigger effect, for those who don't know, it's -1, so discard 1 card to play them. And with Betty, you're going to be losing a lot of characters on the field, because obviously your opponent wants to get rid of them as much as possible. So you need cards in your life so you can replace them quickly. And you know, this card has come in clutch so many times. Its effect is it has 7,000 more power. It's unblockable. This one is at 7,000 or more power. When attacking, pop one of your opponent's 3Ks. So you know, this is really good to get around the blockers, and this is really good to get rid of their blockers. So if they have like the Rebecca blocker or maybe the Belo blocker, you can just pop it before they can even use it. So it's really handy to go for game. This Izume is also really great. It's a rush card. So it gains rush if one of your characters has 7,000 more power. So a nice thing to do is, you know, basically play it, then buff your guys up, including it, and then it gains rush, and it'll also be at 7k. So you'll basically, you know, just say you had these 2 on field, you'll have an 8k and a 7k swing, which is just really hard to get out of. And it's just a really good card overall, and I love seeing it, like especially like near the end of the game where it's like, I just need another attack coming through. So it's really handy to have. All right, next up we have 4 of the Karasu and 4 of the 4-cost Ivankov. Now these were the main cards last format and set 5 for Betty. So for those who don't know, Ivankov's effect is when at 7k or more, it is able to play a revolutionary card from your hand as 5k or less. And Karasu's effect is on play, minus one of your opponent's characters by 1,000. And on attack, when it has 7,000 more power, this card can minus one of your opponent's characters or leaders by 1,000. So essentially, it just minuses characters or leaders. So a really nice combo would be to, you know, bring this out and then discard a card, get to 7. And then play this out and then get your opponent's leader down to 4k. It's a really powerful ability to instantly replace your characters on the field. The downfall of the last set was you really were heavily reliant on this card. If you didn't see it, you weren't probably going to have a great time with it. Because you just, the issue with this deck is that it loses bodies really quickly, especially because it's low cost and the attack's not particularly high for a lot of these cards. So you kind of lose things really, really quickly. So being able to replace your board is really necessary for this deck, which brings us into the next cards, which are the newer cards. We have 4 of the new 5-cost Ivankov, and we also got 3 of the new Izume. Now, this card is what makes it competitive. The fact that you now have potentially 8 cards that can get you an extra body. So for those who don't know, this new Ivankov is on play. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and play up to 1 revolutionary card with 5,000 or less power. So the best combo you could do is this would be play this, get this off the top of your deck, and then use ability to bring this out. So, or potentially something else. So essentially you could get 3 bodies on the field for 5 costs, for 5 Don, which is absolutely insane. And this is why this deck is so good. This set is just because it's able to replace all its bodies really, really quickly. This Izume is also alright. It's at 7,000 or more power, it gains Banish. It's okay. If it had Trigger, it would be absolutely insane. But really, similar to the Kuma, I am mostly probably going to be using it for Betty effect or just counter. It's okay. Like sometimes if I don't have anything else in hand, I might play it off with this Ivankov, or maybe if I just get a top deck, I might play this. But I'm never really just hard casting it. It's one of those cards where it's good, but it's mostly just there because it's a Revo card. But yeah, no, this Ivankov is what makes the deck. If this didn't come out, I think Betty would just be forgotten about. But thankfully it hasn't. And then finally, we're just going to look at the yellow cards we play. So we play 4 of the Satori, 4 of the Cracker, and then we play 3 of, I'll just put this down here, 3 of the Onami. Now, you may be thinking, hey, where's your Sanji? Where's Sanji Blocker at? And I was playing Sanji Blocker for the last set and for a couple of weeks in this set, but I just found that it wasn't necessary. If you're at the point in the game where it's like, oh, I need a Sanji Blocker to live here, you're not going to be in a good state. And you probably won't live next turn potentially. And I just felt like this deck was missing something. And talking with some other people at locals, we kind of came to the conclusion that Cracker was a better alternative. Being able to get that off life and then potentially get 2 swings in with it is just pretty crazy. And it's just overall, again, more beneficial to your game plan. You want to hit them early and fast as quickly as you can. So Sanji's good, but the thing is though, it's just you're not getting as much value as you would be off Cracker if you get it off life. So that's why I'm playing that over that. Satori just for the 2k value, and also if you get it off life, it's just a 5k body on field. I played over Sanji just because of the 2k. If Sanji was a 2k card as well, I would probably play that over Satori, but obviously not. That'd make it a bit broken. And then Onami. Onami is good. Oh good. It is so good in this deck. The fact that it's basically costs nothing to play. You play it down. For those who don't know what it does, when you play it, choose one of your leader characters and gains Banish for the turn. So it's kind of a crazy combo to do, like Cracker, pump it up with Betty's effect, bring this out, then it gains double attack Banish. That's devastating for most decks. As well, with the trigger effect of being able to pop a 5k or less is also just really helpful in a lot of situations. But also because it has trigger, you can use Betty's effect on it to bump it up to 6k. So you could, say for example, bring back the Cracker before, you have Cracker on the field, you play this, swing whatever. The next turn you just do it again, and by pumping her up, and then you can swing with actually something. So that's what Betty does really well. It's just able to get these low bodies that normally wouldn't be a threat at all and make them an actual threat. And it's just a deck that I've been really loving so far, and I think, I'm going to be playing it for the foreseeable future. My matches yesterday, I was playing a Yamato, a Red Purple Uta, I think I played a Reiju, and I played a Gecko for the finals. Honestly, out of all those matchups, the hardest one I think personally for Betty is the Gecko, only just because they're able to replace their board so easily, especially with the Absalon. They can just pop more or less anything on your field, and then even if you get rid of it next turn, they can just bring it back again. So yeah, that's probably the most tricky matchup. Saka as well also can be tricky, but I feel like with Saka there's a lot more combo pieces they need to see to be able to do stuff. They definitely have more consistency this set because of the one cost search they have now, the Shigi. But yeah, I don't really mind too much into Saka. Mostly Gecko's is more annoying because it has 5 life. Saka only has 4, so it's a little bit easier to get through to them, especially early game. But yeah, that was my Belo deck profile, guys. Thanks for watching. We got a few videos coming out today, which was upload, as well as we'll have some over the next couple of weeks. We're doing some more Fusion World stuff, so keep an eye out for that, and check out the Facebook page for more updates. Maybe doing some maybe some prize releasing soon. We'll see what happens, you know. But otherwise though, guys, thanks for watching, and this has been Christoph. Thanks so much.